No contest.
My name is Bill Hamid. I'm 20 years old. I am a starting goalkeeper for D.C. United, a professional soccer team based here in Washington, D.C. This club has been in D.C. since the beginning of the professional league in the United States, and it's a place that holds a special place in my heart. Because I used to come to these games since I was able to walk. My father used to make sure me and little cousins were out here watching these games, enjoying the professional soccer level. And for me to grow up and then be on their hometown team, it's an honor for them to have the faith in me to give me a contract to play and represent them. I think there's only one team that does not have, or two teams that do not have this stadium, and the league is growing fast. There's new teams added every single year, different cities. We got a couple in Canada now. And it's a big league. It's a league that's followed all around the world now. And for almost every team to have their own stadium, have their own venue, arena, they can showcase their talent in. It's a big step for soccer in the United States. The USA team has done real well lately to make the name of soccer grow in the eyes of Europeans and South Americans, which is where, soccer is kind of played at the highest level nowadays. So, as we get our own arenas, all that does is help build the game of soccer in the United States. I actually didn't even know when I made my professional debut that I was, much younger than the youngest ever goalie to win a game in the league. And, when the game finished, they looked at my age, they were like, wow, obviously a 19-year-old goalkeeper, that's to win a game, that's unheard of. Let's check the stats and see who's the youngest so far. And happened to be the best goalkeeper to ever come out of the United States, Tim Howard, who's still playing in England, playing for the USA team as well. Since 5 years old. I actually started playing when I was the year before the age group they allow you to play, which is called Mighty Mites, and I always played a year above my age. And it was always a difficult task, but the fact that I loved it so much, and I had a family who was deeply rooted in the game, it kept me going. And it kept me focused to trying to make myself better on a daily basis. Once I actually started traveling a lot, it was something that I held close to my heart in the game of soccer. I started traveling around the world when I was 16 years old. When I was 17, started traveling around the world by myself. And it was definitely something that I could stay away from home and not get homesick, because the game, was something that I hold deep in my heart. This team right here, we realize that D.C. United is the most prestigious team in the United States soccer history. We got the most championships out of all the teams. We got the most domestic championships. We got pretty much we have the league leading all-time scorer, Jaime Moreno, who is a legend in the United States and back in his country of Bolivia. We got a bunch of national Hall of Fame legends that came through this club. So having that, we realize that we have to be a fan, because we see the stories of the past teams that won championships, and we hear how much of brothers they were, how much they held their hand, they hung out outside the locker room. They really embraced the meaning of family. And right now, we're definitely modeling our game after that. Hanging out outside the locker room, doing things together as brothers. Introducing each other to our families, girlfriends, wives. And really embracing the meaning of family. your nation is the highest level in the world. And for me to, at the age of 20 years old, which is unheard of, to have a USA team be, looking at me for the future, to be interested in my talent for the future is definitely just like a blessing from God, So that's something I actually look at that and I smile, because that's like that means I'm doing okay. That doesn't mean the hard work has to end. That's something that I look out and I look at it and I look at I have a good future, ahead of me if I just stay focused and I can, keep working hard. You got to stay on point. You got to stay on top of your game. You got to make sure you're doing everything right, taking care of your body. Outside of the locker room, you got to make sure you're eating right, you're getting enough rest, you're doing everything you need to do, because there's some players, some goalies, some midfielder in some country that's working just as hard as you, maybe even harder, maybe even working twice a day when you're only working one time a day, that wants that spot that you want on one of the biggest teams in the world, that wants that spot, on their national team, like you want on your national team. So, this is a competitive world, definitely I think the most competitive sport in the world, being that it is the biggest sport in the world. So, it's definitely something you got to stay on point every single day to make sure you succeed. I'm Bill Hamid, and you've been tuning to Weed City Magazine, the future.